try to help some people load the draft pool into Stats Plus. I learned this, and I think it's super helpful. It creates a big list. I'm sure there's ways you can filter it if you prefer to. On Stats Plus, it says you can upload up to 200 people. It actually is 500. So I actually do the max here. So inside the rookie draft, I just like to make sure that once we're in there, that we're on all players, and that it's indeed my scouting. And then what you want to do is you want to hit report, write report to disk. It will pop up this guy. Now you want to select all. So I'm personally a Mac user, so it's Command A and then Command C to copy it. So, well, basically, however you can select all and copy, and then you want to bring that into a spreadsheet. I personally use numbers, right? And the key here is twofold. And actually, I will go back and express one thing here real quick. But the key here is that you actually want to make sure that you're pasting and matching style. Now, the one step that I glossed over, or even didn't hit over, but will now, is the ID number for the player is paramount. That's basically how OOTP, and in this case Stats Plus, will actually read the player. And so when you're looking at your view in here, you want to make sure that you set it up. You can customize this here. You want to make sure that somewhere in here that the ID is showing. Okay. So back to our spreadsheet. Once we're here, now we just have to do a little maintenance, right? We want to basically delete everything except for the ID. I'm a little clunky with spreadsheets. I'm sure people will look at this and know better ways to do it. So stick with me here. But basically, I'm going to delete every single aspect that is not the player ID. Right? Delete these columns. So now we have strictly the player ID. It's great, but you'll see that we have a whole bunch of players. We want only the top 500 because any more than that will create an error. Just to be safe, I'll cut it off at 499. Let me scroll all the way down. We're going to delete all these rows. Okay, and oops, sorry. There we go. Okay, now we have it down to 498. And now the key here is we actually just want to export it as a CSV. Okay, it's going to ask us what we want to do. We're going to hit next. And ask us what I want to save. I usually just like to name the league title. Put it on my desktop, and we're going to close all these guys. We're actually going to go into the draft. Okay, make sure that you are logged in, which I am not. And once we're there, then you'll be able to actually go to your pool, and now we want to upload. Okay. And just find that file wherever you chose to save it. Like I said, I did it on my desktop here, and I'm going to simply upload it. It gives you all these warnings. One of them is the 200 players. Don't sweat it. As long as you did everything correctly, it will upload. There we go. It's a loaded list with 498 players. Everyone's there. Now you can still go through just like you would in any other draft scenario between viewing everything, going into game file. But if you actually want to make a list, that's the easiest way I find to do it.